Who am I? This is a question that would have terrified me not even a year ago, and to which I still don't have an answer. As a childhood abuse survivor, the only thing I know is that my personality and who am I is one of a survivor. I am a people pleaser, the invisible one, the golden child, the fixer, and the performer. Whatever my parents needed me to be so that they could feel happy, they could feel fulfilled. And as a result, that they would actually give me quote unquote love or what I perceived was affection from my parents. If I didn't behave the way they wanted me to, if I possibly just tried to portray my own personality and they didn't like it, I would be punished. I don't think that they beat me, or at least I don't have any recollection of it, but I would be emotionally and psychologically punished and abused for this instance. They would not show me affection. They would become colder. And because I was a child, I would just run back to my survival mode, to my coping mechanisms, so that I would be loved. And this was happening over and over and over again until probably like 5 years ago when I moved out of my parents' house and I moved in with my girlfriend. That was the pivotal moment where I started realizing how much trauma and how much abuse I got as a child. And the one thing that is terrifying and still terrifying for me, and I know of pretty much everybody that is a childhood abuse survivor, is who am I without my trauma? If I resolve my trauma, if I processes them through therapy, who will I be? Because my trauma made me. I know that because of my trauma, I graduated from the US Military Academy at West Point. And then a year later, I graduated from US Army Ranger School, which is a special forces leaders school. And all of my achievements were because of my trauma, or at least that's what I thought. There was still some individuality in me why I wanted to do this. I always wanted to be the best because I wanted to make my parents proud. My parents trained me so much that they were sacrificing so much for me because I was their golden child that I needed to succeed. Because if I didn't succeed, I would have wasted my life. My parents wouldn't be proud. And because, my parents sacrificed everything for me, I would have failed my whole family. Now, that's absolutely not the case. The thing is that my parents weren't there for me, and I was there to comfort them instead of them comforting me. And I didn't know any better. And it was actually only a couple of months ago that I fully started to realize that who am I is still a pretty much blank slate that I need to write. And my therapist kind of told me to be careful and to know that what is most likely going to happen now that I'm processing this of who am I and getting rid of my parents and my sister's shadow is that I'm going to have a lot of emptiness and sadness. And this is what's been happening for the past 3 weeks, ever since a little bit before my birthday, which I had 2 weeks ago, and it's continuing now. And that emptiness is pretty much like a big black hole in the middle of my chest and my heart. Like I can see it right now. It's like legitimately a big hole that has yet to be filled. Now, thankfully, one of the things that I do know is that it's okay for me to feel this, to feel the sadness, because this is what I felt as a child. And the other thing is, this is where both my parents and my sister put in all of their needs that informed who I needed to be, that informed my personality. Who am I? And now that I've removed the majority of it, or at least that's what I think, now I can slowly start to fill it in with my actual personality. And that can take weeks or even months. And one of the reasons why my therapist told me this is that I wouldn't quote unquote relapse and be scared because of this emptiness that for a few days and even a couple of weeks I just didn't want to do anything. I felt without energy, almost lifeless. But, and one of the things that I can be scared of is that because of that, I would panic and try and actually bring my parents and my sister's needs that I was always fulfilling, and it was part of my trauma coping mechanism, back. So I'm not doing this. I am discovering myself. And even now, when I'm talking about this part of my body feels empty. But slowly, I am discovering how to feel it, how to feel it with my own accomplishments, what I'm proud of. As in, I'm proud of that I actually graduated from the US Military Academy at West Point, which very few people did. And I'm going to be discovering, what do I even like to do? How do I like to do my business? I'm an entrepreneur. And what do I want to commit to? What do I don't like? So one of the funniest things that happened to me even yesterday was, I like video games, so specifically strategic ones. And the thing was, that was also one of the coping mechanisms so that I would go into the world of a conqueror, whatever you want to call it, and that I would dissociate myself from reality because there I was always successful and all of that. But yesterday, I actually launched a video game and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do this. It's stupid. And it was like, do I even like video games? Or was it just only a response to my trauma and, and a coping mechanism? So this is one of the things that I still have to figure out. I love reading books. I still do. I love listening to quiet, relaxed music, as in classical, medieval, and all of that. I have no idea if that's going to be the case in 6 months or so, but this is still up. This is still the case at the moment. Um, and slowly and sooner or later, I'm discovering tiny fragments of myself that were there when I was when even when I was a child, but I had to log them up because there was no place for my personality because I had to have the personality that my parents wanted me to, and as a result, my sister as well. They're all narcissists, by the way. And in this moment, in this place, this is a safe place with a safe person, my girlfriend. I am able to discover, who am I? And I still don't know, and I probably will not know for many years, who exactly am I. That is unfortunately the process and the way and the path of a person that's been severely traumatized as a child. But I'm happy and I'm not terrified anymore about this question, who am I? Because the answer is, I have no idea. And you can actually go and check the podcasts that I've been filming and recording with others, specifically on mental health. And inevitably, when they ask me this question, I will always have a different answer because I'm always relearning, who am I? And if you're in the same place that you have no idea who you are, that if that you're terrified that your traumas and your childhood abuse has made you who you are, yes, it did. Don't be terrified of peeling those layers off and actually discovering who you are. You will still be and still have a similar personality because this is just who you are. But you may find out surprising things about you and what you actually want to do, what's fulfilling for you, that it doesn't take your energy away. So I discovered that I love talking with people, networking with them, just meeting new people and connecting with them. Even 6 months ago, I didn't know that that was true, but now I'm enjoying this. So today is Sunday when I'm recording this. Tomorrow I have a couple of meetings, and I'm super looking forward to it because I'm going to be meeting new people and I'm going to be discovering something new, which is amazing. Don't be scared of this. It's a journey of us, an unfortunate journey of us child survivors and childhood trauma survivors that we need to take. There is no other way to do it for us to discover who we are. And that's try and enjoy the journey as much as you can. It's hard, it's terrifying, but it shows you are going in the direction of who you actually are. And you will find surprising things and you will love yourself in the long run. So don't be terrified and accept that you're discovering yourself after years of abuse. Bye.